This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sean Preston.
Welcome, everybody, to today's episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast. Today, we have a lovely neighbor on. Her name is Julie Claire from Wild Lotus Floral Design. What's going on, hon?
Hey, nice to be here. Thanks for having me on.
I would say, what did you do on the weekend? But I already know what you did on the weekend. I can hear you downstairs. For those listeners on the show, this is my better half, the lovely Julie Claire, a phenomenal person. We are the same person. You can see she's the wonderful lady who got me these balloons behind me. And you can see there's a common theme throughout our house, and another pink flamingo behind you right there. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I know what you do, but let's tell the listeners a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so I own a lovely flower shop in Barrie, which is a high-end boho-chic floral artistry studio. And I say artistry because we create art with flowers, and it's not your traditional flower arrangements. And we also have a gift boutique as well. The designs are unique. They're modern. There's a bohemian flair to them. They're very on trend, and they usually include some kind of fun dried component to them that is kind of out of the ordinary. Our gift boutique also showcases many amazing local artists and vendors.
And since I met you, you've been very involved in the community. You're very involved in our business community, in doing a lot of collaborations and partnerships. So anybody listening to the show, I would urge you to reach out to her because she likes to collaborate with as many people as possible, help your business, helps her business, and it just helps everybody else in the process. So you don't just also do flowers as well, too. You do weddings as well, right?
Yeah, we do weddings, corporate events, funerals, birthdays, basically any event that you have in your life. Yeah.
And there's something special you do on Thursdays that I know about. What is that?
We do have a Pay It Forward program, which is near and dear to my heart, that I started when we opened in 2020. And it was just basically to start kind of spreading cheer and happiness, because it was a really dark time during COVID when we opened, and shutdowns were happening and everyone was really sad. And so it was just a small thing that I could do. I would give away just a bouquet of flowers on Thursday to somebody random, whether in the parking lot, or we would drive around and drop it off on someone's doorstep, or we even did it in a Tim Hortons drive-through, or just somewhere random. And we had people break down sometimes, just give us hugs and tell them how much we just brightened their day by just giving them flowers. And, since then we've had other local businesses join in on the program, who are just, giving certificates for a free haircut or a free meal or something that we just give along with the flowers. And yeah, it's been a really great response, and people just making people smile is awesome.
Tell us a cool story you had from somebody that you ended up randomly giving flowers to and their reaction.
Yeah, where to start? There's so many. So there's one lady who, so I have a 17-year-old daughter, you should know, and I usually make her do the giveaways because I want her to know, to see the good that it does. So usually I'll say, okay, go pick someone in the parking lot or whatever. And then she'll just look around and find someone kind of just sitting in their car. And the one time someone actually got out of their car, cried, hugged her, came into the store, and then just told us what a crazy week/day they've been having, because it's been like, there was a death, she was sick, there was all kinds of things that were happening to her. And that one little thing that we did kind of just turned her whole week around. And now she's a very local or loyal customer who comes in every day just to chat. So it's awesome.
Very good. Love that you spread that goodwill like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey. Have you always been in flowers?
No, funny that you should mention this. You already know, but when I when I was younger, I wanted to be a geologist because I love rocks.
Rocks.
I wanted to know everything there is to know about rocks and science and all that stuff. I loved it. Unfortunately, my brain does not, and it doesn't compute numbers well. So I've always been a creative person. So, I paint, I draw, I write, I sketch, I create art all the time. So I knew that my path would probably not be the numbers logical route. So we had to, think of a different route there. So I got into floral design when I was 25. And I started on my own from home, obviously. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I've had many businesses in my life, but this one here, I started when I was 25 from home, when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I would just do weddings from home, and I started my own website, and a local flower shop saw my work and asked me if I wanted a job and paid for my training. So, and then I took that training and threw it out the window, by the way, because that training, you got to think outside the box. So yeah, I started in 2005, I think it was 2005.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. And then you ran away with it after.
Yes, I always had my own kind of design style. It's very distinctive. If anyone has seen my designs before, they're very different. And, in 2020, when COVID hit, the flower shop I was at, it closed down. So then I was, kind of wondering, well, what do I do with myself now, since I've been doing this for basically, 18 years or whatever. I had a decision to make. So single mom, I was wondering, like, what do I do? I got to get a job. What do I do? Do I go back to school? Do I try geology? No, I can't do that. I did apply for environmental studies and got approved for it. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can work some of the environments. I love being outside. Yeah. Not the route for me. So then I told myself, how about I just apply for a business loan, because this is my passion. This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
I think I can do it on my own. And sure, it's COVID and everything's shut down. Let's try it anyway. So I went, I applied for a business loan, created like a 37-page business plan. And yeah, it was a lot of work. It took 3 months, 3 months, a lot of research, a lot of work. It was worth every minute because I got approved. And then I was in it, full force, and everything kind of just happened. I got a location, it all worked out, and we're still here going strong. So it was the right decision.
Some people might not know the word boho-chic.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
So basically, it's more of a garden style, modern style of design that includes dried elements such as pampas grass, palm fans, all dried botanicals that are included along with the fresh flowers. So it's more of a bohemian style, very kind of out there garden look.
And I've seen them. They're absolutely phenomenal. If anybody hasn't seen her work, I highly recommend check it out there. Her flowers are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I've heard you say this a few times. I'm going to take a stab at it, and then I want you to elaborate or maybe add another one. But there are common misconceptions with any business. And I know that one of them in the floral industry, because I've heard you mention it before, is, oh, you get to play with flowers all day. And that's really, really not the case. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
That is one of my favorite things to hear from people. It's like, oh, you must be so relaxed and so happy, and you just get to play with flowers all day. Yeah, I do get to play with flowers all day. However, it ain't playing. There's so much to think about when you're planning your designs, when you're planning your weekly flower orders. How many flowers do I need? Will I run out? Will I need more? There's an event coming? Valentine's Day is coming. Do I need to order this many, or will I sell out, or will I not sell out? Oh my gosh, there's a lineup of people at my door. How do I function? Or there's just so many things that are coming into play. Like, oh, there's an emergency funeral that you have 5 minutes to do a ginormous arrangement and get out, by noon. Or, oh, I have 4 weddings this weekend. I didn't look at that calendar correctly. And do I have the right amount of staff? And so there's a lot of things that are very stressful in the floral industry that is not quite just playing with flowers. But I'll love every minute for it. And I always tell someone, you're a florist if you have it in you, because you'll only last 5 minutes if you don't.
Nice. And I've worked the front of her shop this past Valentine's Day.
Well done.
It is crazy. And I have to say, there are moments where I'm happy that I'm just up at the front. Like, I've got the sales side of me, so that's my element. Just leave me up there. And then it's like Christmas going off in the back between the 4 iPads, both telephone lines are ringing. All the girls are 4 of them back there. 2 of them are on the phones. The other one's working the iPads, and they're running back and forth to the fridge to grab more flowers. And somehow it all gets done. It all gets sent out on time. They're pretty efficient back there, but it is a little crazy. So is that the only misconception, or is there anything else?
Well, I have more to tell you. So one common misconception I have that I hear a lot are, oh, well, roses die right away. No. Now, that is true in some cases. In some cases, when you don't have a high quality rose, it will die within a day or 2. Now, if you have a local trusted florist who does the work in ordering high quality products, then your rose will last up to 3 weeks. And what I do is, so I order flowers in 2 to 3 times a week, which makes a longer lasting product. I order my roses directly from Ecuador and Colombia, which come directly from the farm to my shop. Now, these roses are high quality, and they do last much longer than a day or 2. Now, I've had some people come in and tell me they've lasted up to a month. But a common misconception is that roses die right away, and that's simply not true when you order it correctly.
And maybe what's a quick tip if people, maybe there's some listeners that maybe aren't familiar with or don't have a green thumb, let's say. What's the best way you get an arrangement of flowers? I know not to put them in direct sunlight. Some people might think, oh yeah, they should go in direct sunlight. What's the best kind of care, generally speaking, when you're going to get your arrangement of flowers to try to maximize that length of time?
So basically, you want to add water to your container every day, and you usually get a package of floral food there. So you want to put that in your water as well. So one package will last you a fair amount of time. You'd want to put a quarter of the package in some room temperature water, not cold or hot, but room temperature. And you want to fill your arrangement up with water every day, not in direct sunlight, absolutely, and not near any drafts or heat sources like radiators and such like that. All flowers do have a different lifespan. So if you have something like a hydrangea, that's obviously going to go away first, and then you want to take them out as they fade and keep the longer lasting ones in there. Also, I want to clarify another misconception about roses is that a lot of people think that if they're closed, then they're going to last longer. But if they're opened, that means they're dead. Not true as well. There are so many types of varieties and petal counts and head counts on roses that, some varieties open up right away, and then you can see the middle of the rose, and then some varieties don't open up and they stay closed. So asking your florist what the variety of rose is that you're buying and their life expectancy is everything, because it doesn't mean that just because it's open it's going to die right away. It's just a different type of rose.
Okay, good to know. I'm learning some stuff. Phenomenal. I'm going to be better up at the front next time when we do Mother's Day.
Lovely.
Okay, so me and you have fun. We have all kinds of fun all the time, especially when you're with somebody who's the same person. But for those who don't know you that well, when you're not playing with flowers and you're at work doing the hustle and bustle, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, it is very important to me to balance work and life, time. So separate your time wisely. When you're at work, you're at work. When you're out of work, have some fun, because life is short and you got to enjoy it. So what I love to do when I'm not at work, how much time we got on this program? Okay. So I love camping and fishing. I love being outdoors. I would say that's my favorite thing, just time in the nature, watching sunsets, looking at the stars and the moon, and in the middle of a forest, remember when we saw those northern lights in the middle of nowhere? That was like, top moment for me. I love walking in the trails in the summertime, going hiking. I love to golf. I'm not necessarily amazing at it, but I can hit a ball. I'm good. I like doing that. I do like board games, cards, video games. Anything that's challenging to me is fun. I do like painting. Like I said earlier, I'm very artistic. So painting, drawing, sketching, writing, singing in the shower, all that stuff. And another passion of mine is antique shopping and thrifting. So I do like to do some of that as well.
Yeah, all of that stuff is all what I would call fun.
And don't forget collecting rocks. Can't forget that.
So I have to now tell the listeners, when I take her camping, I have to watch her, because she will just pick up random rocks and tell them, bring them with her and bring them into the house. And we have rocks everywhere, to where we're starting to have to put a limit on the amount she can bring back every time. But definitely has an affinity for rocks, just like I do for pink flamingos. So it's all good. We're both nerds in that retrospect. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you live life one step at a time, and that you do very much live in the moment. Can you maybe open up a little bit to our listeners as to why that is, from the hardships and challenges you faced in your life, and how you overcame those and it made you stronger and better for it?
Yeah, sure. So, unfortunately, I haven't had the best run-in with health over my years. I've been having surgery since I was 5 years old. Was my first one. So I've had about 17 or 18 surgeries total in my life. So I'm a natural. If you want to go for a hospital tour, I got you. And I'd say the most defining moment was when I was diagnosed with lobular carcinoma in situ, which is an early form of breast cancer. Was caught very early and got it removed. And, I'm now on the high risk program where I go get checked every year. But that to me was the most eye-opening moment, where I had to kind of change my life, really, because I was in a dark place, and for a long time, I was always sick. I was in some terrible relationships that were not very good for me, and that was where I kind of woke up and said, you're just wasting your life, and you need to start enjoying it and start doing things that you want to do, and appreciating yourself and caring for yourself, and showing a good example to your daughter. So that's when I kind of started. I changed my whole diet, lifestyle, and I became very healthy, and I stopped being sick, and things turned around for me. I started believing in myself, and I started a business, and here we are. So, I'm enjoying more of the things that I like to do on my time, and valuing each day to the fullest, and knowing my self-worth to the best that I can. It's an ongoing journey, and I'm sure we've all gone through some times where we feel like we're not worthy or not worth anything. And that's a hard journey to come back from. But, do the work and enjoy the process of life is all I can say.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see it that way because they never got that shock to the system or that piece of bad news where you think you're going to be around for a while and you don't live your life or live your life a certain way. And it's not until it gets taken away where you start valuing other things that, people should value. And I've got the chance to see that firsthand in being with you. And it's definitely something that's made me a better person for it as well. You used to mention the word self-doubt, and having self-doubt, I've seen you do it in the past, but just recently you started making some changes and understanding the value that you bring to the table, not just in the amazing person that you are, but in the quality of work that you do in your design with flowers. I haven't seen anybody better. And for those who are listening, I'm not saying that because of who she is to me. I'm saying that because I honestly haven't seen anybody do it better. And you recently just made a new design, named it after a customer. And then what happened? Tell us what happened there.
So I had a lovely person come to the store. She drove half an hour to come and see me because she said that the person she was sending the flowers to is a regular customer of mine, of ours for years. And she sends my designs to everyone she knows, including the person who came to see me and ordered from me that day. So she was sending these flowers to, her name is Valerie, the regular customer that, who loves my designs. And she just wanted to thank me for, doing something different. And, that our designs were being noticed and loved by a lot of people. So that I created that design for her and named it after her because I was, very touched by her spreading, awareness about my shop and my designs and, just supporting me from the start. So it was named after her, and it's put on my website now. So
What's it called?
It's called Valerie.
And you put that up for how long? And then you just had somebody actually order that?
Yeah, I put it up for a day and then someone ordered the premium version of it.
And so let that be a really prime example to maybe others who are listening to the show that do experience that self-doubt, that when you start believing in yourself and you do a good job and you put that goodwill out there, there are good things that happen. And I got to witness that firsthand when she got that notification that somebody had bought it for the first time right after she finished putting it up. So testament to you and your amazing product that you put out there. And flowers really do touch the soul. I mean, they touch the soul to a lot of different ways, whether you're feeling sad, whether you're feeling happy, whether you're congratulating somebody, or whether it's an achievement that somebody's made in their life. You really do get to comfort, encourage, inspire, and a leader in the industry in your own right. So phenomenal job. Okay, so tell me, what's one thing when it comes to your business that you wish that the listeners knew about your business?
Well, aside from the Pay It Forward program, because I'm really excited about that, there is one thing that people should know about the floral industry in general is it's very important that you call your local florist directly when you're ordering and not kind of go online and get the 1-800-Flowers or the Canada Direct Flowers or all those kind of things, which are essentially just order gatherers and taking your money and not giving you the quality product that you're expecting, that you see that you're ordering. Because what's happening there is that they're taking your order, they're taking a cut, and then they're sending it to a florist in the area that you want it to be going to. And you're not truly getting the product that you're ordering. So if there's a takeaway, it's literally like really trust in your local flower shop and call them directly or order from their website directly, as opposed to the order gatherers, which is very important, because then you'll know exactly what you're getting, and your pennies will be put to the product and not in someone else's pocket.
I guess that's another misnomer in the industry. You think flowers, because they're so lovely, it's actually quite cutthroat.
It is. But as for what people should know about my business is, we're very community oriented. So like you mentioned earlier, we love collaborating with anyone who wants to collaborate, whether it be on a community sponsorship or giving to the community, or we come together for some sort of wedding event. We're very open to communicating and collaborating, so come on over and let's share some ideas and get creative together.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Great business. Flowers, like I mentioned, and what they do for people, it does wonders for the soul. And yourself, and knowing you the way that I know, the best person I know out there, kind-hearted, genuine, cares a lot about what she does, puts her soul into everything she does. And I'm really happy to see the success that you're having out there right now. And for those who are listening on the show, Wild Lotus Floral Design, if you haven't checked her out yet, where can they check you out?
Well, you can find us on our website, wildlotusfloraldesign.ca. We have Instagram and Facebook. You can also find us on Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, and DoorDash, which is kind of a fun little idea. And you can call us 705-915-0555.
Amazing. Well, thanks a lot for coming on the show and doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Midhurst. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpmidhurst.com. That's gnpmidhurst.com, or call 705-413-3775.